Yo, guys, what's up? Welcome to this first episode. And based off of the title, yeah, this is exactly how we're starting. What is the meaning of life? So, what is the meaning of life? Well, the meaning of life means different things to people, to different people. So, based on who you ask, of course, you're going to get a different answer. It can mean to be loved, to give love, to find your purpose, to be happy, to a multitude of things. If you ask me that question, I say that the meaning of life is to live life itself, to experience what it is like to be a human on planet Earth, to experience reality, to experience the ups and downs, the successful moments, the failures, all the different events, moments that encompass life, from being born to getting your diaper changed to learning how to walk to going to school to having your first crush, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case may be. And if you were like me, going through an emo phase as a teenager, listening to that rock music that your mom told you, ¿Qué es eso? Es música del diablo. It's music for the devil or from the devil. And no, no, that's not the case. They just don't understand. So they'd rather just project their images onto what they think is right. Okay, so it is to get married if you so choose to have kids if you so choose to buying a house, buying a car, to doing all of those, not tasks because they're not tasks, to doing all of those moments and living all of those experiences that entail being a fucking human, to eventually dying. Yeah, dying. If anything we as human beings share, it's obviously what makes us fucking human. But it is birth and it is death. Everybody here on this planet is born from someone. It takes a sperm and an egg to create a human being. So we are all born. We all come from somewhere. And we all die. We all share those two experiences at different times, but we all share those two experiences. Part of being a human on planet Earth is to be happy, is to share those joyous moments full of laughter with your friends while you're out going to a party, or even sharing a meal together. You can have those fun, exciting laughter moments. And to get that feeling when a person you like gives you a kiss on the cheek, or better yet, a kiss on the lips, that too. It's also the moment when there's something that you want to do so bad, like you have no idea how much you want to do the thing, but you don't do it because you know that it could be bad for you, or that you don't deserve it just yet. So you wait, and you can still get a happy feeling from that moment, because discipline and respect for yourself also gives you that happy feeling. However, at the same time, life isn't always about happy moments. It's just not guaranteed that you're going to be happy 24/7. You need to know what it is like to not be happy, to have shitty moments, in order for you to understand what it is like to have happy moments. You have to have a balance of both, because then the scale starts to tip a little too high in one direction, and you're just living in this fantasy that is unrealistic. It's a fantasy. So, yeah, you gotta know what it's like to have shitty moments, what it's like to be sad, what it's like to be crying, what it's like to be depressed, what it's like to feel alone. I take that back. You can be alone, but the feeling is lonely. What it's like to feel lonely. And that's okay. It just makes you human. Like I said, that's part of the experience. And you're also not going to be sad 100% of the time. That's just fucking unrealistic. You have that balance of both. I can tell you that I am a happy person. My nature, my, what's the word I'm looking for here? My homeostasis is happiness. I have very little fucking reason to be upset, to be angry. I don't like those feelings, and I don't put myself in situations where I know I can feel those feelings. However, if they do come about, I know how to fucking deal with it. That is self-awareness and emotional intelligence, which will be later episodes in this podcast. Stay tuned. Quick example. I was playing a game over the phone with this person. Like, we were texting back and forth this game. And we had been playing this game for a while now, just going back and forth, just each player taking turns making a move. And I don't even know how many times we played this game, but the majority of the time, it was a tie. It just kept being a tie after a tie and after a tie. And this person had beat me once over the phone with this game. And when they did, I congratulated them. I was like, hey, because now that makes 2 times that they beat me at this game. So I told them, hey, congrats. Like, you're improving. That's awesome. Keep going. And this person said, okay, I'm going for that 3rd win. So cool. We kept playing again, and we kept playing again, and it would tie after a tie after a tie. And at some point, this person said, damn, you really don't want me to have that 3rd win. So naturally, I replied, no, I don't, but also you should try harder. And then this next reply just threw me off, because they said, someone is a sore loser. What? I'm sorry, what? That made no fucking sense at all. It just came out of nowhere. And so I'm sitting here, I was like, what the fuck? A sore loser? Why am I a sore loser? That makes no sense. And so then I sat and I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? This person's frustrated. And their frustration got taken out on me by calling me a sore loser. Why? Because we just kept tying at this game, and they wanted that 3rd win, but they weren't getting it. So they called me a sore loser. And I didn't take it as a personal attack, because deep down inside, I knew, and I still know that I'm not a sore loser. I literally congratulated this person when they beat me at this game. I was nothing but kind, nothing but respectful to this person throughout the entire game. I am a good sportsmanship. I have good sportsmanship. Like I said previously, I'm naturally a happy person, so I'm always going to be kind and respectful, with my limits, of course. So, yeah, rather than this person thinking about their frustration and just, it's like, hey, it's a game, they decided to call me a sore loser. So I replied, that doesn't make sense. Wanting you to not win does not make me a sore loser. Because, dude, like, when you're competing, of course you're gonna want to fucking win. No, you don't want the opponent to win. So not wanting you to not win does not make me a sore loser. And when you won, I congratulated you. Check yourself before you start calling me things that are not true. Because, like, yo, what the fuck? Your frustration, you're taking it out on me when I was nothing but respectful to you. So I started getting a little bit upset, but I knew that if I had replied with anger, it just wouldn't have gone pretty. No, and also I wasn't going to let that bother me. Just like, Really? It's a fucking game. You're just frustrated and you're taking it out on me. That shows more about your character than it does about me. And this person then replied, fair enough. You have been nothing but kind and respectful. You've had good sportsmanship, and I can't even deny that. I know I have been. Don't you ever say shit like that to me again unless it's true. Otherwise, I will get upset. Because that's the truth. So, like I said, I try to avoid situations where I know I can be put into anger or upset or whatever the case may be. And in this case, it was something that I couldn't control. It's something so small too, though, so I wasn't getting angry, but I was definitely getting upset. How did I regulate that? I mean, I quickly fucking caught it that I was like, oh, what? Like, I got a little upset that they called me a sore loser, and then quickly realized it's like, bro, that had nothing to fucking do with me. So don't sweat it. I ain't even tripping. But in order for me to regulate myself and get back to my homeostasis of happiness, I stood up for myself and I told that person, hey, check yourself. Don't start coming at me with things that are not true. Don't start calling me things that are not true. And after that, I felt good about myself. I felt happy. So that was a great feeling. And mind you, that was over text and it was something so small. And then that person totally understood, and so cool, we're great. Don't have a great transition, so we're just gonna hop into the next one. Life is also about finding your purpose, about fulfilling your purpose. But what is purpose? How do you know what your purpose is? How do you know to find it, to look for it, and when you have fulfilled it? I think many people get their careers confused with their purpose. Your purpose can be your career, but your career doesn't necessarily mean that it is your purpose. How did I find my purpose? Bro, it took some fucking time. It took it took a lot of fucking thinking, a lot of self-reflection, a lot of time to myself, asking myself, what do I want? What do I want to achieve in life? What do I want to do with myself? What do I want to do with life? What do I want to do with the opportunities that I'm given? I found out that through work, actually, I love helping people. I work in the entertainment industry, specifically in television production as a and I've had various jobs, so I can't even tell you what one job that I've had. But all of them entail helping other people, helping people create their stories, helping people create their stories and bringing them to life. I also just love meeting the people and having fun and good moments and laughing together and just sharing stories with one another about ourselves. It's cool. It's really fucking cool. I appreciate every single person that I've ever interacted with because, in some way, shape, or form, they've definitely helped me grow a little. Through my time working in the television industry, I realized that as much as I love helping people, it's exhausting. Working in the television industry is fucking exhausting because corporate work weeks are 5 days a week, 40 hours a week, maximum 40 hours a week, unless you do overtime. Television industry, television production, art department, completely different. Actually, all of the entertainment industry is different. Our normal work weeks can range between 60 to 80 hours, 12 hours a day. Sometimes we try not to go over 12 hours, but there are times where people go to 14, sometimes 16, sometimes 18. It really depends on the set production that you're working on. And you can think, oh my God, how do you squeeze so many hours into 1 week? Well, it sucks the life out of you. As simple as I could put it, it sucks the life out of you. It doesn't give you time to be a human. I would get home and I just feel so exhausted because I'd work a 5 to sometimes 7 days a week, 12-hour days. And that means that I would spend 8 hours sleeping. I would spend an hour to 2 hours at the gym. So then the rest of the time was me trying to just rest, just fucking rest, because I had no energy to do anything else. I would just get home and I'd be dead to the world, because I'd just be so fucking exhausted, mentally exhausted and physically exhausted. I didn't like that. I absolutely didn't like that. While working on productions, I would make friends, of course. People would come up to me, I noticed. People would come up to me and tell me their life stories. Randomly would tell me their life stories, or they would come up to me and talk to me about their problems, and I'd just sit there and I'd listen. Because one, some of them are really fucking entertaining. Two, it's just they're friends and they're people, and of course I like to help people. Granted, there are definitely times where I'm just like, no, I don't have time for that. There are only certain people that I allow in my life. Let's put it that way. There have definitely been cases where random people will try to approach me and like talk to me, and I just get a weird vibe. So I was like, no. But there are other people who are cool and talk to me and try to like tell me their problem. Be like, okay, I can work with this. And I'm not saying that I work with them as a project, but like I can work with this in the sense that it's like, oh, cool, okay, I can see myself like associating and being friends with this person. I very much protect my energy, and I protect who can come into my energy, into my bubble. By working with these people and them coming up to me and telling me their stories and me giving them advice. Sometimes they'd ask for advice, sometimes I would give them unsolicited advice, but then they would still take the advice. So was it really unsolicited? And they would go apply it and come back and tell me, yo, this worked. Or I didn't know that I had impacted people's lives. I didn't know that. It wasn't until within the past couple of years, maybe, that I've had friends or people that I met when I was younger, in middle school, high school, sometimes elementary school, that would reach out to me and be like, yo, you really changed my life. You really gave me a new perspective in life, and you impacted my life in a positive way. So thank you. I didn't know I did that. I honestly was just being me, and that happened. And that's a really cool fucking thing to hear. Oh my God, it makes me feel so special and so loved. That's when I learned that that's my purpose. My purpose is to help people, but not to help people in the way that they want, in the way that I want. I like to help people through sharing my experiences, through talking about advice that I may have, being me, sharing my knowledge with you, sharing my experiences with you. That's my purpose. In turn, that you take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. Because this isn't professional advice. This is me talking to a mic, looking into a camera, and just saying my experiences, things that I have done that has helped me out in life, that I believe that can help you out in life. So I'll leave you with this. The meaning of life is to live life itself. It's full of moments. It's full of experiences. It's full of wonderful and scary times. It's full of growth, it's full of challenges, it's full of peace, and it's full of sadness. If we cross paths, then we share those moments together. And if we don't, well, we don't. And if you're listening to this, then we cross paths for a reason. Do what you want with this information, but don't hold it against me. Because you have free will and you chose to listen to this. Life is a wonderful experience, and sharing this with you is part of my life experience. It makes me happy while benefiting us. I say us because there are things within this podcast that I know I'm going to be learning alongside you guys. Appreciate the things that life has given to you. Life happens for us, not to us. I'm Carla Stephanie, and this is a life experience. I'll see you guys next time.